I'm still working with PrimeXBT. As you guys know, they're the sponsors of these videos. They have been for almost a year now. I've had no issues with the exchange. I've never had an issue with drawing any money. I'm working with the team to try and better understand what they're doing to secure customer funds and make sure that money that is on that exchange is safe. And I want to see proof of reserves. I want to see proof of reserves from any exchange that I have money on going forward. And I think that's super important. So I'm working with the Prime team to get some information out, because if I'm representing this exchange by allowing them to sponsor my streams and I'm telling people to sign up with my ref link, I want to have some confidence that my followers' money is safe. Because if FTX can go down, who the fuck knows? But Prime has been good to me. The exchange is still operating as normal. I will continue to relay any information I get from them with regards to the safety of funds on the exchange, but everything they've set out is positive so far. They're still liquid. You can go and withdraw any amount right now, obviously depending on your level of KYC. So I'm still working with them. Link in the description if you want to support me. This is the exchange I'm representing right now. We're going to make it back. I'm very confident that we're going to make it back. The comeback's going to be legendary. That being said, the makings of a bottom are here. We've had multiple black swan events. Prices are down 70, 80, 90% across the board. The general sentiment online is that crypto is dead and it's never coming back. These are all the things that you want to see happen near a bottom. I'm not saying go all in now, but I am saying I personally have a plan. I've already bought some spot Bitcoin. I've bought some spot Ethereum at these levels, and I will buy lower. 500 to 700 Ethereum, give it to me. 10,000 to 12,000 Bitcoin, give it to me. I'm buying all the way down. My fucking stop on this shit is zero. Literally, the space is either going to zero, everything's going to zero, or I'm getting a 5x on my fucking bags in the next couple years. That's how I see it. I do think that there's going to be some sideways, maybe a little lower, some sideways, and then maybe a nice little rally, right? And then more sideways, similar to this, right? Because if we want to have another one of these, we need to have a long period of accumulation, right? Price needs to have a period of accumulation before it can expand. I am of the mindset that we will see new all-time highs eventually. So on the spot that I'm buying, my risk is everything goes to fucking zero. And, I get a fucking real job again, right? And I don't think that that's going to happen. But that's my plan. I'm willing to put my money at risk doing that. These are the areas that I think you want to pay attention to. Let's look at the high time frame here. These are levels I've been talking about for literally 1 year, right? We had previous all-time high, and then we have that monthly close. I said that I'm pretty confident that if you're buying Bitcoin in this area here, where we're at right now, 15K down into here, right? Like, I don't know, man. This seems to me like where the bottom is going to form. I've been watching these levels for a year. This is where I want to buy. We're getting very close. The sentiment lines up, right? An 85% drop puts us just at that key level right there. So all the things that I want to see for when I want to start accumulating Bitcoin, accumulating crypto, because I think we're close to the bottom, we're seeing. We're there in terms of price. Basically, got a little bit more ways to go, right? Because we could drop from here to 10K, right? It's another 30% drop. So you got to be prepared for that. That means maybe you don't whack it all in at once. Maybe you got to put in 25% and then you have another 25% if we go lower. The point here is we're getting close to the bottom and you need to have a plan, because what if you say, okay, I'm going to have all my bids here. What if we do this and we never come down there? Right? Well, then how do you get involved, right? So maybe you buy a little bit here, you buy a little more here. And then if this doesn't get filled and it starts going up, okay, make a plan to get in the rest. But you want to build your exposure. You want to start making a plan at least to build exposure, because you don't want to get left behind. You do not need to buy the bottom. You just want to be close. Okay, you want to be close. You want to be in the area, right? You just want to be close. You want to catch the meat of the move, right? So if I think the bottom is between 10K and here, I'm okay buying some now. I don't really see us having a high time frame close below 10K. I don't think so. I wouldn't be surprised if we come down, right? Like this is air here, right? I talked about this when we lost 30K. I said this is a magnet, right? If you go watch old videos like from back in June, right? And even back in the spring, I said, okay, if we don't bounce from here, we're targeting here. We had that second rally and then we came again. I said, once we lose this floor, I labeled one chart as bad air. There's nothing here. There's no support built in here. The next support clearly is here. So I think it's realistic that, maybe we come down to this area Maybe we wick down, but maybe we wick below here. But I really don't see us having some sort of high time frame close below 10K. Maybe we get some big move, but I would like to see it be something like this, right? Where if we come down, we trade here, maybe we get a candle that has a wick, but it closes back, above that 10K area. I don't really want to see us go below here for any significant period of time. But this is kind of the areas of interest, and these are why. I've been talking about these levels for a long time. We're getting pretty fucking close. Like I said, price-wise, the sentiment lines up. The hardest thing is going to be time. How long are we going to spend down here? Are we going to have a big rally while we're down there? Is it going to be one quick move and then we're going to start trading above 20K again? I don't know these things, but this is why you want to be paying attention now, and you need to have a plan to start getting some exposure if you think how I think, which is that crypto isn't dead, that we will have another all-time high in the next few years, that this is cyclical and we will be okay. If you think crypto's going to zero, then why the fuck are you here? Why are you listening to me? Go watch football, go do something else, right? But I personally don't think the industry is dead. I do think we will come back. And if I can get long with literally a stop at zero, because I'm willing to let this bitch die, and I think we're going to 100K just on my spot. Right? Just on spot, not including any trading I do. That's a 5 or 6x just on spot buys. So that's kind of my general plan. I don't need to nail the bottom. I just want to be close. I think we're getting there price-wise. We're getting close. And I think sentiment-wise, what else could go wrong? All of that shit. It's all fucking coalescing at the same time. So hopefully, we don't go to fucking zero. I don't know. Hopefully we don't go to fucking zero, but that's kind of my plan. So I don't think it's over. It's over, but I don't think it's over. I do think this is when you want to be paying attention. I'm already starting to nibble at some spot and I'm ready to buy more. I think conservatively, next cycle, I don't see why Bitcoin wouldn't go over 100K. That's not even that much of a, that's only what? Not even 50% higher than the last all-time high, whereas we did, 250 from that one. So I think 100K is a very conservative target on any buys from down here, with my risk being literally everything going to zero. So that's a risk I'm willing to take with my money. What you decide to do with your money is completely up to you, but I'm just trying to lay out my logic. If you guys have been following my streams for a while, I've been talking about these levels for fucking ever. It's just a lot scarier when you're in it. It's very easy to say, oh, we're never going back to the previous cycle all-time high when we're up here or when we're up here. Then all of a sudden we're there and everyone's like, oh fuck, now we're going at that's just how human psychology works, right? And it's always going to be scary to buy when it looks the worst. When the sentiment is at all-time low, there's maximum fear, price looks fucking awful. Those are usually when the best entries happen. And when you have the luxury of having sold, at least for me, a lot of my crypto much higher, I can take the risk. Unfortunately, I got some of that money stolen by that fucking little vegan fucker. But that's okay. We're going to make it back trading, doing what I do. That's kind of the plan on Bitcoin here, guys. High time frame, right? Obviously, for any sort of bullish rally, we need to reclaim this range low here and get back above 20K to have maybe some sort of rally up into the 30s. I don't see that happening quite yet, but if we go down to 13.7, 11K, this area, I'm buying more. I've bought some now and I will continue to buy lower, and I'm literally wrong at zero. And it's going to 100. That's my fucking plan. Okay, Ethereum, very similar, right? We're getting into that. What are we at here, right? Almost 80% off of all-time high. Last bear market, what did we fall? It fell 90% from all-time high. So Ethereum probably got a little bit more ways to go. What are the levels we're looking at? Talked about these levels for months and months and months, right? 700 to 1,000. I think if we get below there, maybe we get some sort of deeper wick into here. Sub 500, maybe that's crazy. But this fucking area, right? Maybe we make a new yearly low here. This is where I want to start buying Ethereum, because I think if Bitcoin can go to 100K next cycle, Ethereum can go to 10,000. So if I'm buying Ethereum anywhere under 1,000, that's a 10x. Stop at zero. Again, this is my high time frame thesis based on believing that crypto is not dead. And by buying around these levels and lower, I'm going to do a 5 to 10x on just my spot bags, risking the everything going zeroed. That's my thesis. That does not mean just long right now with leverage, because we could drop another 30, 40%. Then you're getting blown the fuck out. Trading is different than investing. So as much as I can be accumulating on the way down here, I can also be shorting on the lower time frames, capturing some of that downside as well. You know, looking at FBTC, like I wonder if we just stay in this massive range forever. Maybe we just continue to go sideways here. Bitcoin eventually bottoms, Ethereum eventually bottoms, and then this thing finally makes that rally to 0.1 that we've all been waiting for. I don't know. But this, you would hope, is something that breaks up and not down. You hope this is accumulation and not distribution. And what I would like, because I do want to weight more of my portfolio to Ethereum, is I would like this to break up eventually. When the market bottoms, I'd like this to break up, and I'd like Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin, right? That would be ideal. And then as soon as people start talking about the flippening, that's when you sell back into Bitcoin. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's look at some day trades. Hopefully my plan for buying spot and why I don't think crypto is going to zero and why I think we're at or close to a bottom is clear. Again, I could be wrong. We could go lower. Everything could go to zero. I have no idea. I'm just telling you what I'm planning on doing. The rest is up to you. Okay, so let's look at the more intermediate term price action here, the lower time frame price action, and let's see if there's any fucking trades this week. So looking at the 12-hour chart, we've got a potential swing low forming here. We've also got an SFP that is formed here. We've also got a low that has been, run here and potentially reclaimed right now, right? So we've got liquidity that has been swept here and here. So anyone who was longing these first couple of nukes, their stops have been run and now we're rallying. So if we now look, where would the 12-hour range high be? It would be right here, right? So this is the high that led to this low. If we now zoom in, what do we got here? We got a little bit of potentially bullish PA forming. So what I see immediately here, actually on the 12 hours still, I see a gap here. Where's that gap line up? Lines up with these effectively equal highs right here. Okay, so this would seem to me to be a potential area where we could see some brief relief here. So if we can reclaim this level and hold here around 15.8, maybe we get a decent push away from this order block here, some sort of retest. I think you could long this into here, maybe higher, but the most immediate area in terms of potential upside would be this gap here. I do still think it's bearish price overall, obviously, right? Remember, where's the last direction price broke? We just broke market structure to the downside. So if we just broke market structure to the downside, what we're looking for is now a retracement into a area of premium, right? Into that OTE zone, okay? And then potentially another leg down. So what does that mean? That means that if this is our downswing, we can do two things. We can look for reasons to long back into the upper part of the range. And then if we get up here, we can look for reasons to see if there's continued weakness to then short for the next leg down. So there's two trading opportunities here, right? And that's exactly what I've just illustrated here. This retracement into this area would be a retracement into the premium of this price leg. We've run out liquidity on the downside here. So now maybe we squeeze up a little bit. People are shorting into the lows. They're now trapped or stopped out. We squeeze up a little bit and then we decide, are we going to continue higher or is this going to continue and do another leg down? Then we'll look to short. But from here to here, I think there's a potential long setup. And me, being the degen that I am, just had a little nibble. Just had a little nibble of a long. So my exact entry is 15,750. So right in here, if you zoom in, you can see exactly where I got in here. Down candle before the up move that broke market structure. Pull back into the OB. Got in a little bit of a long. You got the liquidity sweep. You got a 15-minute liquidity sweep. You got a break in market structure. So I'm hoping we get a little bit of a squeeze and I can make a little bit of shekels. Couple of shekels back. That's what I'm looking for here on Bitcoin. I'm still bearish overall. Obviously, the market looks like shit. It's just a big old fucking boondoggle of a fucking situation. I don't even know if that's the right use of the word boondoggle. It's a schmozzle. It's a schmoozle. It's a whatsy. It's a woozy. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit is what it is. But yeah, I'm in a little bit of a long, hoping for a little bit of a squeeze, make a couple of bucks. But ultimately, my high time frame plan is what I'm much more interested in right now. I will continue to try and trade and post trade ideas for you guys and make money in the in-between. But right now, my plan is making sure that when we get down to these levels I discussed, I am ready to execute. Fuck Sam Bankman-Fried and anyone like him. Fuck these guys. They're not effective altruists. They're fucking criminals and they belong in jail. Fuck that little rat bastard. That fucking little vegan fucker. Where'd the fucking money go? My account literally right here, all-time fucking high. And then I got fucking by that fucking cucumber eating vegan piece of shit. Meet me in Dubai. I'll smack the ever living shit out of you. And then I'll hold you upside down by your ankles and shake you until all of our money falls out. Except for where the fuck is the money? Like, I genuinely hope that he goes to jail and gets fucking anally penetrated by a fucking cucumber every day for the rest of his life. Never trust a fat vegan. Never trust a skinny chef. Those are the rules, right, guys?